Another week of Polk Nation, homecoming week.
How about that?
What a football game.
Wayne Toops Friday night. Come out. You got to buy a beer. I'll buy you a beer.
What does Wayne Toops play? Does he play jazz?
You don't know who Wayne Toops is? I'm not going to tell you because you need to come find out. Wayne Toops is iconic in this area. He's iconic.
I'm a Sinatra guy.
Oh, you did it my way. That's well, you can tell.
And
yeah, you can tell. I mean, you know what? It makes all the sense in the world now. I get it. Do you play that? Do you play that in your car every day? Frank
My
Sinatra?
way?
Yeah.
I have the Sinatra channel on my Sirius. Yes.
Do you do that on repeat? Like when you wake up every day and say, "I did it my way"?
No,
because obviously
it's not
you do.
Groundhog Day. I don't have the same music every day.
You know, I talked to your wife though. The great thing is, I cannot wait for Christmas, and Polk Nation's going to see a new jacket on you. It's only unbelievable.
Do I get the little button like you?
Yeah, I can probably find one for you.
Great. Okay. All excited. The world will be happy. So let's get to homecoming events.
All right.
Can we actually get to something?
Absolutely. Let's do it.
Football game. You won a game.
I know. It's a huge
big win.
It's a big win. It's a big win.
Interesting thing about football is I don't, as I go over the season, because I go over the books every week with it, I don't think it's been as bad as the record looks. Mm-hmm. The games you've lost have been to really good football teams. Mm-hmm. And actually the last 6 quarters, you've outscored the opponent 63-31. Mm-hmm. So it's not, appearance-wise and numbers-wise, I think it looks worse than it is. But how important was it to win this game coming into homecoming?
It was a must-win, for sure. I mean, we had to win the game. We went down there. We played well. I was really happy with them, you know, with the guys, and I'm happy for the coaching staff. It was obviously a stressful week. Everyone knows what we got coming in. Incarnate Word is really, really good, and it's had our number. So it was a must-win, and obviously Northwestern State is at the bottom of the standings, and it was a game we needed to win, and we were able to go there and take care of business.
If you don't win that game, it's a long season. But one thing I wanted to ask you about is, and I've been very critical of Tom Burnett, the commissioner of the Southland.
No, really? I heard he took you off the Christmas card list, but that's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. But I did want to say this much. Last week we heard that you guys cut a deal with the Ohio Valley.
We did.
I think that's a good first step. Mm-hmm. I'd like to see it be increased, and if you watch McNeese Minute this week, increase it all the ways to a merger. But what does it mean not to be playing these guys 2 times every year?
Oh, gosh. You just can't sustain it. You know, you can't have a football schedule and sustain a football league where you are playing people multiple times in the league year after year. It just doesn't work.
It doesn't sell.
It doesn't work. It doesn't sell. I was a big proponent of us joining or partnering with the OVC in football. I think it is something for us to truly evaluate as far as a merger. Leagues are getting bigger across the country. Obviously, you know, you don't want to split the pie, the NCAA revenue share that much, but it's an argument. It's an argument. You know, I think the OVC and the Southland are very similar. We're both.
Well, it's good to think that they're at least thinking outside the box.
No doubt, and we're both in similar situations. And I think that conversation is really healthy between both leagues. And I'm a big proponent. And in the league meetings, I pushed for us to at least have conversations.
All right, coming up now, we're going to have John Aiken, basketball coach.
Can't wait.
We're going to have Kellen Taylor, basketball player.
Big time.
How excited are you to have your sport back in?
Oh, I can't wait. I mean, I'm so excited about the program. We're going to talk about it, but you know, if you
a lot of people are excited about the program now.
No doubt. I mean,
big change.
For sure. The best thing I ever did was fire myself. But no, I
am the top 2 in the week. But
but honestly, obviously, I'm you know, I'm biased, but I truly believe in this program, the direction that it's headed, what Coach Aiken and his coaching staff have done. You're going to meet KT, one of the players here that I'm really, really excited about. Plus, he went to my high school. We're going to talk about that. But you know, it is the greatest high school in the history of high school. But I am really excited, and I will tell Polk Nation, and I'm going to tell you right now, basketball tickets are on sale.
There we go.
Okay. Get your tickets.
Sell it, brother.
I'm just telling you, get your tickets. It's going to be the.
I want to ask you.
We're going to be in the legacy.
That's what I want to get into is because a lot of talk about all the destruction, all the things. How nice would it be to get into the facility once it's fixed, to just show people that the school is back with some comeback?
It's everything. I mean, the Legacy Center is the 100% the best arena in this state. In my opinion, it's not the biggest, but it's the nicest. It's as good of a mid-major practice facility and arena in the country. It's a great place to watch the game. We're doing some seating adjustments. The Platinum Club is back. The band's going to be there. The cheerleaders, the kickers. We're going to sell this thing out the first night. It's going to be Operation Sellout. I'm telling you that this program right now, we had a lot of momentum before the hurricane, but what Coach has been able to do and his staff since the hurricane has been phenomenal. I can't wait. I am so excited for both basketballs, but we're obviously men's basketball is going to be really good.
We'll have Coach John Aiken there right after this on Polk Nation.
Welcome back to Polk Nation. It's an honor and privilege again to have Coach Aiken back. What's up, buddy?
What's up, man? How are you?
I'm doing good. Listen, hey, and of course Darth Vader joined us again. It's good to see you. Before we get into Coach Aiken,
No. We got
this jacket. I'm telling you, I know what I'm going to get you for Christmas. We got to get you a new jacket. You know, spruce it up a little bit. But you do have nice, you know.
You look good, though.
You do look good.
You look good.
You look good.
Great. Now I got both of you.
Listen,
Now I got both of you to deal with.
basketball is in the air. You can. It's a little bit cooler. I love this time of year. It's the middle of March. Tell Polk Nation what's going on.
Yeah, it's great. The weather's phenomenal, beautiful. We just finished our second week of official practices, and I was telling our team last night, you know, we meet every Sunday night. Got that from you. It's something we do, set the tone for the week. And this is the first week where we have something to look forward to from a game standpoint. Every week going forward, we've got something. We've got a secret scrimmage on Sunday. We've got another one the following Saturday. And then we've got the blue and white scrimmage at Burton with a crowd and with the refs. And then you got SMU. And so we've got three opportunities before we play against SMU. But every week now, we have preparation for something. So our guys are excited about it. The energy, we had an inter squad on Saturday with refs, brought in some guys, and just the energy, the enthusiasm was so much better. Guys are just ready to start playing.
But, you know, you always get to this time a year where you're just tired of playing against each other.
Yeah.
And you want to watch film against somebody else.
Right.
And I always found that. Tell me what you think now. But like when you start watching film and you say, "Man, that's a really good play offensively," well, your own team just messed up defensively. You know, it's hard to.
Well, we talk about that even just within practice. So, you know, I've been harping on the defensive side of the ball, and we'll have some really good defensive days. We can't score, and so are you happy because the defense is working,
right?
But you can't score, and so do you go home miserable because we're never going to score a point,
right?
And so it's the yin and the yang. We're going to get to play a team this upcoming weekend that's really good offensively, and so we're going to have to be good defensively. It's going to be a great test for us, a Sun Belt opponent. So. It's fun to watch other teams. It's going to be fun to see how some of our guys take to scouting reports. I told the team last night we've got 4 or 5 freshmen that have a chance to play some minutes, and our older guys, they got to be able to teach them what a scouting report is, how to take the scouting report onto the court.
Well, what's the strength of this team, in your opinion, Coach? And what are the things that you think you need to continue to get better and need to improve on as the year progresses?
I think our versatility, I think Jim's talked about it and written about it. We've got a lot of different ways we can play. We're probably going to start big. Obviously, the big fella, Medley Bacon, just such a unique talent in this league. Kellen Taylor is a unique talent in that he's really skilled, but he can play a bigger spot. So probably start the two of them together. Miles Lewis, another older, longer, lengthier guy. And then we can take one of the bigger guys out and slide in a guy like Christian Shoemate, who's a 6'7" wing. And so we're still able to be big, but it changes how we play a little bit. So our versatility, and then I think defensively we got a chance to be really good.
That's awesome.
Strange thing about this is with the transfer portal, with all the incomings, with all the changes, how long does it take for a team to gel? Because the important thing to me has always been, especially now in college basketball, you're a new team every year.
Right.
So how long does it take to gel, and how important are these scrimmage games, secret games?
I mean, the great thing is nowadays you have the summer to gel and to start building your culture and to start getting the team together. We've had more meetings than I can count in terms of talking. And so that gelling has happened throughout the summer. But gelling really comes from adversity, right? And the real adversity a basketball team faces is games, and playing against somebody else. And how do you handle those moments? How do you handle runs? How do you handle the adversity that comes your way? And the only way to do it is to do it. Like I used to tell Coach, we joke around, you don't know what you don't know until you don't know. Yeah. And so
that's right.
I mean, we're going to have to figure out as we go, how do we gel? Who's working well together? Who can handle a scouting report? Who can take a play and a timeout and go execute it? And when they don't, can take me jumping on them or a teammate jumping on them.
Right.
And that's where you really start
and
to
you've got to learn that, how you can teach and, and work with each individual player.
For sure.
One thing I want to ask is, this year, you have so many different steps. Take a step back, now you're into Burton practicing. Now, then you'll go to the Legacy Center and all that. Does that help because there's no real period of kind of boredom because you always have something to look forward to? Well, kind of that
boredom. Yeah, it's boredom.
Well, no, the boredom of waiting for that. There's a lull around Christmas time as you wait for the league to start.
I thrive. One thing about me, Jim, I thrive in chaos. So the more chaotic, the better. No, but seriously, like, it keeps our guys fresh, honestly.
Yeah.
Like going into Burton,
that's the word I was looking for, fresh.
It was a new excitement for them. Like, okay, we're in Burton. And I actually asked Kellen and Miles and Harwin after practice last week, I said, how are we? How are everyone's bodies? How are guys doing? And they said, honestly, Coach, we're just excited to be back in here and be in a real college-sized gym that has goals that are actually on the ground, that doesn't have a curtain. Like, it's silly. Now, in a couple weeks, we have to go back into the rec center and practice for a few days before we play SMU. And so I recruited to being able to be adaptable. I told our guys, hey, you're coming, and this is what it is. So you have to be ready to adapt, to embrace it, and they have. I got to give them a lot of credit. They've embraced everything that's been thrown at them. They haven't complained about it. They're a great group of guys, and so we're excited to get to games and start playing.
When we come back, we'll meet one of Coach's players right after this on Polk Nation. We're back on Polk Nation. We're going to bring in one of the new faces on McNeese State basketball. There's a lot of new faces on this basketball team. Kellen Taylor. And Kellen, you guys, as a basketball program coming here as a new player, what do you see here? And what made you want to come here with everything that's gone on?
Just the opportunity. Coach Aiken presented me with a challenge, just to come to a school that's, we just went through a hurricane, rebuilding the stadium, new coach, new team, and, he's looking for an older guy to be a leader. And, knowing me, like, I accept all challenges, so I was head first, I was ready to go. And I just see a lot of potential in our team and potential with our coaching staff and just the opportunity to change the culture of this community.
The basketball-wise, one of the things that people are going to like about you, I think, is that you are one of the versatile players. You can play a lot of different positions. How important is that in basketball? Because we don't really see the traditional 5 spots played out. We see kids moving in and out different positions. How important is that?
I think it's very, very important, especially with the way that we play. Just how up and down we are, how aggressive we are defensively. Sometimes we might have to switch and, it might be a guard on a big, but with our versatility in our team and our size, I think it's very important. The way Coach uses me, I can play in the big lineups, smaller lineups. It's going to help us a lot just with different teams. Like I can guard, I guard a 7-footer every day in practice, so I can guard big guys, I can guard little guys, and I think we're going to be it's going to be very fun to watch.
All right, KT, I am so excited because I'm a 1990, I'm dating myself here, Polk Nation, 1990 graduate of DeMatha High School.
Great high school.
Finally have a DeMatha alum. DeMatha High School is 100% the greatest high school basketball program in the history of high school basketball.
He knows what he's talking about.
Okay? Talk about the DeMatha family. Talk about the DeMatha legacy. I'm serious. Talk about it, though, for real.
DeMatha is a brotherhood. So when you first get there, they always tell you that the people that you meet here are the people that you're going to, know for the rest of your life. So the most important thing for me going there was just to really, my brother went there first, so I was really, like, trying to continue that pedigree. But being from DeMatha is one of the greatest things. Like, it's it's crazy because just meeting
you can't describe
yeah,
it, right?
it's hard to describe because just meeting you see the enthusiasm that we have just talking about the school, you know, just being there. Like it's so much tradition there. There's so many great players that come from there. But everybody thinks about basketball, but DeMatha is very diverse, and we're good at band. You know, we're very, you know, our education is great.
Everything.
Like everything about DeMatha. Like I can't say one wrong thing about it. I know you're hating right now, but it's all good.
It's all right. But you know what? Here's the thing. You don't know what you don't know. See, he just doesn't know.
Yeah.
But the great thing about it, okay, about DeMatha is, and it's funny you said that because I played for Coach Wooten. I know you played for Coach Jones.
Yes, sir.
And Mike and I, Coach Jones, played together in 1990. So Mike and I were teammates. But the thing Coach always said, and it's continuing now, is that you always, when you have a chance to help a DeMatha guy, you do it. You always pay it forward because it is a brotherhood. And that started back in the 50s when Coach was there, and it's still alive today. But more importantly, let's get to
when we start the show, DeMatha Nation, you should
But seriously, what are the things like playing at a high school like that? You play against the best competition every single day, every game. But talk about, you know, you've had a career where you've won a couple places. But what are some of the things from that foundation that you still use today?
My voice. Coach always tells me, always harps on, you know, how great vocally I can be most days. You know, some days, you know,
right.
But most days, you know, I'm very good vocally. But that comes from, you know, Coach Jones. Like, he instilled that in me from day one. Like, my brother went there, 2012, so I was probably about 10 years old or 8 years, however old I was. But I've been around Coach Jones for a very long time. He's taught me, you know, just, you gotta talk on defense. You gotta talk, you know, throughout. You gotta be a leader. And that's where my pillars started from, just from, you know, Coach Jones and DeMatha and just learning from those guys.
What have you taken from all your experiences, but you know, let's stay with DeMatha as well, and brought here? Because I know Coach Aiken is really relying on you from a leadership standpoint and a versatility standpoint. What are some of those characteristics that you're bringing to help take this program to the next step?
A winning mentality. Like, coming from DeMatha, coming from those different programs, like, I've always won. Even at Duquesne, playing football, I've always won. So my mentality is I win at all costs. Like, I don't care what it takes. I don't care what I have to do. I don't care if I score 0 points or I score 1,000. Whatever it is, I just want to win. That's my mentality. Also, just being physical, just bringing a mentality that we always going to get the job done. Like, we're always going to do whatever it takes. Like, that's the type of team that I want, and I think that's the type of team that we're building.
It's awesome.
Talk about that physicality, because the Southland, I always say, is not a tall league, but it is a bulk league. What does that do, and what have you learned from where you've come from for physicality?
I mean, playing in A10, I played, especially my freshman year, I played against a guy named Mo Alley Cox. He plays for the Indianapolis Colts right now. One of the most physical guys I've ever played against. So when I first got there and I played against him and I seen how he played the game, and, you know, we were kind of the same size, and I seen how physical he was. I learned that, you know, you can dominate this game in a lot of ways, but physicality is a way that you can also dominate. You can also be very physical. You can establish yourself by being just a physical presence in the paint, or just physical, you know, throughout the game.
So you can play physical without being big.
Of course, like, just because I'm 6'5" doesn't mean I can't, you know, bully guys. Like, you just gotta be, you just gotta have, it's just a certain mentality that you have to have. Like, it's not about, you know, size, weight, whatever. It's just a mentality that you have. Like, being physical is not always, you know, the strongest guy. It's just who's gonna go in there, who's gonna have that bully mentality each and every day. And that's what I try to bring.
You know, the thing that I'm so impressed with, and obviously Coach and I are very, very close, and the thing I'm the most proud of is the professionalism that your program operates under, and the culture that that this program has. Talk a little bit about that.
Our culture is mayhem. Like, that's our first, you know, that's how we play. But I think our biggest pillar is just, Coach always harps on being connected, being the most connected group, being, you know, a group that we always rely on each other, we always have each other's back. And I think those are the teams that win. Those are the best teams, the guys who, the players hold each other accountable, not the coaches.
When we come back on Poke Nation, we'll get Coach's last words after this. Welcome back to DeMatha Nation, I guess, after all that. After all that love of the high school.
What a great kid, though, right? He's not a kid, but what a great young man, huh?
Kid.
I mean, he's not a kid, but I'm saying what a great young man. I mean, wait till you see him play, too. He's really good.
I do like the way that, for the most part, your school has brought in kids that can speak and are professional and are mature.
Professionalism. And the great thing that...
And, he really showed you what you could be if you took this position seriously, the way he presented himself.
Very good. Yeah, that's very true. But no, with no kidding aside, is the neat thing about KT and Coach Aiken is that you could tell they speak the same language. You know, when you listen to Coach and you listen to KT, you know, and it's natural. And you know a program is on the right course when your head coach and you're arguably one of your best players or your leader is speaking the same language.
The hard part for me, and I think for a lot of fans to get a hold of, is in today's basketball, you're not going to be really attached to kids for 4 years like you used to. You are a new team. There's a lot of movement. That's not going to change. So you have to get kids that adapt to the system very quickly and understand that.
Right. And I think the one thing that, when you really look at the roster, is, and I've always believed this, that the key to the roster is reconciling short-term needs and long-term goals. He's got 7 freshmen on the roster, and then he's got older guys as well. So there's a great balance. But I'm really glad that KT is here. Obviously, I'm biased because he's part of the brotherhood. But I am very, very happy he's here because he can help all these young kids grow up and learn what it's like.
Was there like a secret handshake we had to learn or something?
Maybe. If you don't know, you don't know.
I guess that's it. So, okay, homecoming this week. What's the Heath Schroeder float? Are you going to be out one waving to people?
You want to come? I'd love to get you on the float with me. You want to get on the float?
Absolutely not.
Why not? It'd be fun.
Are you going to come?
You
know, if you really digged hard enough, you would see there is a photo of me on the internet on a float.
Wow. I need to find that. But I will tell you,
No,
Friday night block party is going to be off the charts. We're expecting about 3,000 or 4,000 people. No, Wayne Toops. He's going to be awesome. We're going to have the food trucks there, beer, all the stuff. Bring your coolers, have a great time, come out to a game. We got to be. This is a huge game for us.
It's an interesting game because Incarnate Word has publicly spanked you the last 3 times as a football team.
They've played very well. They've played very well.
And they have, it's interesting is how they've turned it from the last time you beat them, it was 55-7 McNeese. And they've turned that. Now, a lot of it is the coaching, but they've turned that in really a quick period of time. So I want to see where you're at from, basically 4 weeks ago.
For sure. I think it's a great gauge of how far we've come.
Yeah.
Hey, I have all the respect in the world for their program. They've done a great job. They throw that thing all over the lot. It's a big game for us, but I love where we're trending. I think last week was a great win for us on the road, and hopefully we can come back and duplicate it.
And all this and a concert. And you get to spend time as a concert promoter.
Yeah. Hey, come out. I'm serious. It's going to be fun.
Everybody
get your tickets.
Polk Nation next week.